see how it deals with US on that matter. But US lawmakers have in fact welcomed the new trade deal between the United States and India, calling it a reset in ties between the world's two largest democracies and a boost for trade, energy security and geopolitics. Indian American Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi has said that the agreement marks an important step towards forward after a difficult phase in relations. He said that stronger trade with India will support workers, businesses and innovation in both the countries and allow both sides to move past a period when sweeping tariffs strained ties and hurt both the economies. US Senator Steve Daines also described the deal as a clear win, praising President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said that better access to India's market will benefit the American economy, including agriculture, and added that India buying oil from the US instead of Russia sends a strong global signal, though he noted that more work remains on the trade imbalances. Let me in fact go across to CA Manish Gupta, finance and market expert, who's also joined us on the broadcast. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Sir, your thoughts about your observations regarding this entire reduction in tariff that has come to the fore, regarding the reactions of the stock market. They are all in green. The rupee has strengthened by 119 paisa. We are seeing a lot of cheer in the market. Industries are happy, which were once slapped with 50% punitive tariffs, now will only trade with 18% tariffs, sir.
Yes. See, these two signals are very important for us. One is surging the share market, and another thing is surging the rupiah, getting strong than dollar. See, this is, I can understand this. American president has approved this deal in little haste because they must be getting the information that India may be losing day by day in their hand as a customer, as a alliance partner. You know, the deal done with European Union was a signal that India has secured its place for export, which it was doing otherwise with the America. So now it was immense pressure on the by the Americans to President Trump that we should start the deal with India also, otherwise we will lose a big supplier and big partner, because India was never bending down. So now they have come up with some deals. Deal part 1, do not buy the oil from Russia. So whatever loss you are getting it because of the discounted price you are purchasing from the Russia, you may now take the oil from Venezuela. There must be some compensation in terms of price of the oil, because yes, Venezuela will not sell at the price of Russia, but definitely it will be some parity in the price of in compared to price of the Russian oil. One, America doesn't give any condition on the purchase of arms and ammunition with Russia, which is our strategic need. So we are free to purchase all kind of arms and ammunition from Russia. So our long-term partnership with Russia is still intact. Yes, Trump says we will not buy. India says we will buy less petrol from oil from Russia. So one thing is oil. America want to sell the oil of Venezuela because tomorrow European Union may or may not be asking the oil of Venezuela. So they want to secure one reliable, regular and big purchaser so that they can sell the Venezuelan oil. One. Second thing is, it was the first need of America to enter into Indian dairy products market, which India was of course denying. However, in the agreement, here I can observe and understand that America has entered the dairy market to some extent in the product which India is either importing or India is not growing in their own our own country. So, I mean, the government have some face saving statement that we are importing the product which we are otherwise not growing, which was otherwise importing. So that means here there is a chances that India will cut the custom duty tariff on the agri products to some extent. Yes, the details is yet to come, but this is the correct situation. And then third thing, America wants India to be the alliance partner in compare of China, so that America, US can handle the China by showing the India's power. Because now everybody knows that India has become a power after China. So, so at least America wants some alignment with India, so that it can stand behind the India to support and to confrontation with China. Also, it was the wish and desire of America that India should not go very close to Russia, because by doing trade at cheaper price, and that too in Indian rupees versus ruble rupees, was a dent to American dollar, which America was not liking. And also there were very high chances that America, this BRICS country may start their own currency, or the deal with European Union country may be in their respective countries' currency. This may dent the American dollar's kingship. So American people did not want it and like this situation, and this is the reason that Trump was forced to do this kind of deal. Here, India has to purchase $500 billion in the US, purchase and investment in the US. However, on the other side, India will have to install the lot of manufacturing plants in India, and India will get the technology transfer. The professional of India and professional of labor and India professional Indians will go there. So then, because of the surge in the manufacturing units and the job opportunity at US, the Indians will get more job prospects and more business opportunity because of this deal. So now we can say with the pride that yes, India is the country which is doing business all over the world, whether it is US, whether it is America, European Union, whether it is Japan or Australia or Sri Lanka, Pakistan. Now, one more thing we need to consider, that it is a geopolitical deal as well as strategic alignment. So now India is balancing three sides of the world. One side is Russia versus China, India is handling this sweetly. Other side is European Union, India is handling. And the third side is America, most powerful country, India is handling. So I believe this is the time of multi-alignment by Prime Minister Mr. Modi to handle three angles in the same style. Yes, this time Modi has responded to Mr. Trump. Otherwise, in the prior time when he was claiming otherwise things which were not acceptable to India, Mr. Modi did not accept it that. But now at this juncture, as this deal, Mr. Modi has said thanks to Trump on behalf of the entire people of India. That means Modi ji want to connect all Indian with the American deal. So this is a new change and new era. I may say it is little success of Indian foreign policies division. However, deal could have been little better also if the Trump was reasonable. Since Trump has become little jittery, and he was disturbing every country, including their own very close friend like South Africa, to China, to England and other European Union countries.
Right.
So at this tough time, India has done the multiple alignment, which is not simple and small things. We must
Absolutely.
appreciate Mr. S. Jaishankar and Mr. Modi for this.
Right, sir. In fact, we have another piece of information coming in that the India-US trade agreement has received strong praise from both the sides, with the White House calling it a major win for American workers and industries. White House Deputy Press Secretary Kush Desai has described the deal as historic, saying it secures trade ties with one of the world's fastest growing top 5 economies. In fact, we have some board reactions that are coming in from our domestic leaders. Congress leader K.C. Venugopal has launched a sharp attack on the India-US trade deal, calling it the most obvious case of capitalization India has ever seen. Citing President Donald Trump's announcement, Venugopal claimed that India will reduce tariffs to zero, while the United States will continue to levy 18% tariffs on Indian-made products. He also alleged that the US is dictating terms of India's energy choices, including who the country can buy oil from. Venugopal said that agriculture was India's biggest concern and warned that if Trump administration officials are to be believed, the Indian market could be flooded with American agricultural products, stressing that over half of India's population depends on agriculture. Venugopal said that such a move would be a death sentence for poor farmers who cannot compete with the American agriculture industry. He further criticized the deal for being finalized with complete opacity and demanded that the government place the full text of the agreement along with the EU-India FTA on the floor of the Parliament for a detailed discussion on the future of India's economy. Apart from this, we also have Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav, who has attacked the government over the India-US trade deal, saying that opening Indian markets to American agricultural produce amounts to a betrayal of nearly 70% of the country's population dependent on farming. Yadav also alleged that the BJP and its allies were agents of foreign interests even before independence and continue to be so today. Let me in fact get in a final word from Mr. Singh. So, Mr. Singh, overall obviously we are seeing a lot of positive reactions, but we are also seeing the opposition state some very valid points. We have the agricultural sector, which we have not in fact discussed because that's something that even across all the FTAs that India has done with many countries, they have not touched the agricultural sector because that seems to be our threshold, that seems to be our red line. We are not going to go into deals, but we have American leaders saying that American agricultural products will flood Indian markets. We have some other concerns as well, that US made products will see almost 0% tariffs, India will continue to see 18. So, obviously some kind of criticism as well, Mr. Singh, coming in. Final thoughts from you.
You see, Shivani, the criticism by opposition parties is quite valid in the sense India is a democratic society. So whatever the ruling party does, whether at the domestic level or international level, the opposition parties will try to make political capital out of it. It's not unusual in a democratic society. What's the valid point is the deals, terms and conditions and detailed points have not come out. So without knowing the deal, what exactly is the deal, and how the nuances of the deal will be worked out at the operational stage, their Indian negotiators must exhibit their negotiating skill. So that is more important. So right at the moment, we most of us are hailing the agreement that it's a good sign both in the US side and Indian side. But detailed criticism will be made. Even we people will critically analyze the deal and its terms and conditions where it will be in the public domain. But without knowing so many things, how we can have a critical perspective of the deal right at the moment? Otherwise, India's share of international trade is not very significant comparing India's size and India's ambitions. So India shall have to expand its trade, and Indian policy planners are focusing on that, how to make India an export-led economy. Till today, India is the service sector-led economy. So India is gradually focusing towards the manufacturing export-led economy, and for which how this deal can be helpful, whether US will be able to start some joint venture, technology transfer. So many things are coming in which are directly associated with the manufacturing and the production side. So all these things, when will come out, we will definitely in a calculated way, in a rational way, we will assess. Right at the moment are the political statements, general statements. If deal is there, it will be good for everyone. Like that statements, they are not much relevant. If opposition is criticizing, that itself is not carrying much significance in the sense, since the deal the deal is not out at all. When deal will be out, definitely opposition will criticize. They may raise certain valid points, and there may be some reform or some changes in the deal itself during the negotiating process while dealing with nitty-gritty of the deal. Over, Shivani.
Right, right. Thank you so much, Mr. Singh and Mr. Gupta, for joining us on the podcast with that valuable perspective.